Okay, here we are. Hello, beauties. Thank you so much for tuning in. I had a moment as I'm still letting people in the room. I had this feeling as I was just like checking myself in the mirror before getting on Zoom that this call is going to be viewed by hundreds of people. I just have this feeling because I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and I know that I'm building to support thousands through my doTERRA business. And I know that maybe that's the truth for some of you as well on this call. So I'm wearing my PJs, like I got nothing on my face. I got my MetaPower glow up skin, and that's all. And it gave me goosebumps to think, wow, this is the start of something really fucking phenomenal. So thank you so much for being here. I would love in the chat if you stayed interactive this call, if possible. I know a couple of you are listening in while you're driving or at appointments. So firstly, just tell me where you're tuning in from in the world.
Can I call you back in a second?
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
And we're going to get cracking. This is going to be quite a big call. So my invitation is, if you have some kind of focus oil, get that shit out right now and get sniffing. Make sure that you are very well hydrated with some clean, yummy spring or filtered water. If you do have your MetaPower essential oil, dump that in there. Let's get hydrated. Let's get focused. We're going to be together for, I think, an hour, but just in case we go over, I'll give you a heads up on the time. I want to really pack as much as I can in this call, but know that if you're on my team or beyond, that we're going to have these mastermind mini business trainings online for all to join as often as we can. Definitely once a month, maybe even more, depending on what you guys are hungry for and what your goals are. So we're going to go through a lot of that tonight. So hey, Bonnie. Hey, Court. Hi, Jade. Hi, Caitlin. Leah's in the house. Nat's with us. And there's a few probably still coming in. So we're just going to get rocking. So just so I can test that chat, make sure you tell me where you're tuning in from in the chat below. Jade's in Melbourne. I said that like an American, Melbourne. And we are going to get stuck into what it actually means to build a doTERRA business. And how I'm doing this differently is rooting it all the way back to your why, your vision first and foremost. Because for me, like, there's no point taking any action if you're not firmly grounded into the energetics of why you're doing something. You know, we're very familiar with being busy and doership. That's like kind of our conditioning as a society, where we love to hustle. But for me, having built a previous 6+ figure business from working 3 days a week, doing literally the bare minimum, I know that it's taking precise action in the right direction, connecting to a deeper desire that actually moves the needle. So this is what's possible for all of us, right? For me, my intention, I'm going to say it right here because we're here in the team, we're here in the room. And what I desire is to become a MetaPower millionaire. MetaPower is one of the newest products in the doTERRA line that exposed itself to me in such an electrifying vision that I could not ignore it. And for others, it might be a slow, subtle burn. But for some, and definitely for me, it was like a lightning bolt of clarity and vision to connect to. So if you don't have that yet, that's so okay. We're going to work on that tonight. And we're also going to answer a few of the questions around the logistics, the how, the strategy to get you from where you are right now, which might be you've just enrolled, you're brand new. That's the pig that lives on the property, just in case you heard that. It's feeding time. Oh, it's a donkey too. Oh my God, the donkey's walking past my front door. Oh my God. Welcome to the farm. And we are going to open the floor for any questions as well. So as I said, really utilize this chat box. I'm here to answer questions that I can answer, otherwise direct you in the right place, because doTERRA has an extensive library and array of resources and tools for us to use that it can be quite overwhelming. Hands up for those of you that I can see who's a bit overwhelmed with thinking about building their doTERRA business. It can feel like a lot, right? Yeah, there's so many pieces. So we're going to simplify and streamline. That's my zone of genius. Let's get back to basics. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm Emily. For those of you that don't know me, that aren't on my team, I'm Emily Hazel. My Instagram is @spiritedseeker. I've been working with holistic practitioners and those in the alternative fields of health and wellness since 2016, and supporting people through brand identity, website design and graphic design, marketing support, sales and coaching to really help people bust through the limiting beliefs and blocks they have around their authentic expression, around being seen. The visibility wound is what I call this. And so all of us that resonate with being somewhat involved in the healing arts, and for me, that's anyone that interacts with doTERRA at all, because we are returning to an ancient way of using the plants and the consciousness of the plants for medicinal purposes, therapeutic purposes, emotional support, and spiritual support. And so we all have this visibility wound, right? It takes a lot to be able to come on Zoom and speak to a room when you don't know half the people in it. It takes a lot to speak to an event or to pitch yourself or to sell, right? So through working together in this group, we're really going to start to decode that conditioning through action, but also through somatic work. I'm also a somatic sexologist. I have extensive experience in certifications and modalities like CBT, like journey work method, about really allowing our bodies to release stored emotion from our past, because it's still in our future when it's in our body in the now, right? This is where I see so much potential for doTERRA and for those of you that are tuning in, because you're already practitioners of your own, in your own lines of work, right? This is just an addition of creating more income, more financial freedom, more ability to distribute wealth where you really want it to go in the world, and ultimately bring in this new paradigm of education, medicine, and the way we relate to our bodies. So this is a huge thing we're doing here. So first and foremost, I just want to celebrate you. I'm so grateful that you're here. And then welcome you into thinking about your why. Let's start there. We'll get into all the information and all the how-to soon. But for right now, I want you to just take a moment to think about why doTERRA, how this brand and this business and this company and these products found their way to you. What were you looking for? What were you craving? What were you asking? What were you already praying for? What were you wanting? And then somehow, and it might have been a really long time ago, or it might have been recently, doTERRA made its way into your life. Now, in the work that I have done with my clients, I call the persona or the essence of the business, its business entity. So doTERRA is a business entity. That's how I like to relate to it, right? It has a consciousness. It has a purpose. And it's of my belief, just like how authors say, you know, their ideas and their stories are like these muses that they have to capture, that business entities come around looking for their human channels, for their conduits to bring them through into the physical realm. Now, I know we just went super woo-woo right there, but stay with me. Why did doTERRA choose you? I'd love to know in the chat a few of the things that you'd been asking for that doTERRA might have been an answer for. Perhaps it was a physical ailment. Maybe it was having trouble sleeping or a bit of anxiety. You needed stress relief. Maybe it was that you were struggling with period pain or skin breakouts. Or maybe it was more emotional. Perhaps there was a desire to open your heart or to access your sensuality. Like Caitlin says, maybe it was your gut health, your sluggish digestion, Maybe it was something mysterious that had plagued you for years, like me. At the event the other night I hosted, I shared a lot about my 25-year plus chronic mystery illness that doTERRA was a huge part in helping me heal. And I'll be excited to share more of my story in other calls and with my team. For me, my ask, my prayer, even just a couple months ago, was a digital affiliate opportunity. Literally, I saw this trend on Instagram of all these like stay-at-home mums making incredible passive income from posting Instagram videos. And I was like, this is crazy. I keep watching people start from nothing and then do it. There was proof. I was watching evidence happen, right? So my brain was being expanded. It wasn't like, oh, I can't do that. It's not for me. My neural pathways started to be like, there's something here. Other people can do this, which means I can do this too. There was this claiming and readiness in me to take an opportunity by the horns and really roll with it, because I'm done. I'm done with treading water. I'm done with starting over month to month. I'm done with feeling unfinancially free, right? And though I have lots of streams that money can come through, building a business is hard, right? I was really excited and ready for something that had proven results. I wanted a method to follow. I didn't want to keep like swimming around with my arms in the air, just grabbing onto shit and hoping that would stick. Courtney, to not have to physically be in the business to make money, residual income. Yes, exactly. And doTERRA came to me again. I was aware of this business for 8 years. I've been using the products. It never spoke to me. Timing is everything when it comes to your unique relationship with a business entity, right? But it also takes you as the human to say yes, to claim it, to be ready for it, to prepare for it, to put your hand up and say, all right, I've heard the call, let's fucking go. And so that's what I did. And kind of by accident, to be honest, I have started to build a business. I'm almost at the first rank. Pretty much by accident, I have still not yet actually sent a direct message to anyone pitching them. I have not sent a sale, come into the business opportunity. It's been so natural and so like effortless that I'm really excited now to try to actually implement some of the strategies that I have available from one of my darling friends. I've known her for years, Jessie Reimers, who you'll hear me talk about and refer to if you don't already know her already. She is one of those responsible for bringing doTERRA to Australia. So she's doTERRA Australia founder. She literally went from Centrelink to 7 figures with this opportunity in just over 2 years, without social media, without Vital Health, without so many of the things that we're all starting from and with. And she was actually the highest paid sales rep for doTERRA in the Southern Hemisphere. She was the youngest person to reach the highest rank, which is called Presidential Diamond. We're going to go through the ranks in this call so you can understand visually and make notes of that. And so for me, I look at Jessie and I feel belonging with her, right? She's a friend of mine. If she can do it, so can I. If she can do it, so can Courtney, so can Jade, so can Nat. And so that's where my why comes in. And I'm so grateful that some of you have shared your why in here. And so make a note of that. I really want you to have a journal out, actually. I know I didn't say that before, but go grab yourself some paper and a pen or your journal, because I want you to lock this in. Of course, it helps to make notes on your phone, but actually writing this through your body will help lock it in on a whole other level. Courtney found doTERRA through period pain, anxiety, headaches, mysterious metabolic issues, insomnia, so many things. And then the desire for community, collaboration, impact, and making money wherever she is in the world. Yes, amazing. Jade came to the plants for period pain, and now it's more a connection to deepening with the plants and her body, and being able to attune and attend to my needs any moment with the oils. Health sovereignty. Yes, love this. Informed self-care. Beautiful. So make a few words. It just is really simple. What your why is. Really tap in right now. Why the fuck do I even want to build a business? Why do I even want to be buying the products for myself? Maybe start there. If the business opportunity right now isn't something that feels urgent or, like a thing you need to put energy into. Why? Why is this important to you? And then what we're going to do next is run through a couple of pieces. So I'm going to screen share. If you're unable to view your screen right now, that's okay. This replay will be sent out. It will be put on YouTube. You'll be able to come back to it. But most importantly, before we get into that, I really want you to, in your body, start to evoke this deep connection to the business entity of doTERRA. For you, what it means for you. Maybe it's not what you've seen before. What I want to create and the vision I received is not what I've seen before. Okay, we're feeling it. We're feeling that. Great. For those of you watching this replay later on YouTube, please put yours in the comments below as well. I'd love to see it. So firstly, what is business in doTERRA? doTERRA is just like any other business, except instead of paying for advertising like billboards and TV commercials and radio and podcasts and signs in shopping centers and storefronts and retail, it puts the money into the hands and the pockets of the people that sell it. I think this in itself is so much value. doTERRA brings 300 million plus a year into giving free products away, just free products for their loyal customers through the loyalty rewards program. There is such a generosity and an expansion of wealth in this company that is so incredible to tap into. But the main idea behind this social selling structure, network marketing, as people will definitely call it, is because you're getting an experiential interaction with the oils, with the plants, and with the products, right? If you're sitting with someone in a room, or you're meeting one-on-one, or you're doing a wellness consult online, they're having an experience with you, and you have had a personal transformation with the products yourself, right? Think of how genuine and authentic that is. Rather than, if you, talk to a pharmacist at a chemist about a product that they've never even used, but they know about, they've studied it, and yet there are side effects a list a mile long. They don't know you, they don't know your history, they don't have a relationship with you. The doTERRA model is based upon relationships, and this is something that has completely changed my approach to business. A few years ago, when I first started my website design business, I was booked out for a solid 2 years without a social media presence, without ever mentioning that I did website design. And that was based through referrals only. And then when I changed my business and I started focusing all my energy on keeping people at length and keeping more space between us by doing group programs and lots of social media, selling, I missed the intimacy of the relationships, and it reflected in my sales. So what I'm really excited for, and I've already seen such benefit with, is that the trust and the connection I have with existing people are coming to me because I have something they want. I have a solution that I can provide to their problem. So social selling isn't being a cheesy, sleazy salesman. It's not pushing and penetrating. It's not having all your friends be like, oh, gross, like she just wants to hang out with me to sell me shit. That's not what social selling is. That's definitely not the kind that I'm enrolling you into anyway. it's really claiming that you're here as part of a new paradigm of earning, leading, giving, receiving, circulating. And that all those questions that you've asked around money, around wealth distribution, around the world, around how things work are being answered through this model. I just think it is so profound and so amazing that we have access to this. Caitlin says, a little hint, MetaPower oil and wild orange in the diffuser is incredible. Ooh, I've actually never diffused MetaPower oil. That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to jump into screen share. And if at any time there's questions, I will answer them or let you know that we will answer them. The first thing you want to do when you get your products is look at the build guide. Let me see if I can show you. So when you first get your kit, you get a bunch of fun goodies in your box with you, right? If you've enrolled as a wellness advocate. One of these is called Build. All of these are also available online as PDFs, but there are just so many resources that doTERRA has that it can be quite overwhelming. So I'm showing you what you need to know now, and we're going to deepen as time goes on. There's also the share guide, which if you're looking to host in real life workshops and events, that's a really good one to look at too. So let's start on page 4. And this is the number I want to show you. 65%. doTERRA has a customer retention rate of 65%, which means that 65% of customers will order again after their initial enrollment. Now, this is just like, you know, maybe you have your favorite product that you buy from your grocery store and you get it every single week, right? You're a loyal customer. That's client retention. That's customer retention, right? You keep coming back. It's something that not every business model has, right? Maybe you buy clothes from one store once. Maybe you invest in a coach once, right? This is the foundation of your doTERRA business, is keeping your people inside their interaction with doTERRA. Because of course, it's not about investing in things they don't need or don't want or don't have. It's replacing household products so they can start to live toxic free and stop fucking with their hormones. It's expanding into trying our protein and trying our deodorant and trying our toothpaste. And this doesn't all have to happen at once, right? For me, I think I'm only on my 4th monthly order, and there's still so much I haven't tried. And each month, in my own way, using my points, building my credit, I'm expanding into my range of what I have in my home in doTERRA. And I know for sure, especially after trying MetaPower, that that's like my ride or die for life. So I am in. And what happens is you get commissions based upon these orders. Now, of course, you can do that by enrolling new people every single month. But what does that remind you of? Treading water and starting over again. I want to drive home that nourishing your existing community is really, really important. And right now you might be like, I haven't enrolled one person. This doesn't apply to me. I'm already speaking to the future self of you that has a business in doTERRA, okay? So we'll get to explain what loyalty rewards is soon. If you're like, what the fuck is loyalty rewards program? What is retention? What is LRP? Another amazing thing about partnering with doTERRA is that it is the largest essential oil company in the world. They've become a $2 billion company in just 14 years. There's this graphic where their growth is pretty much alongside Apple's. Huge. doTERRA is part of the $4.2 trillion wellness market. And think that is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. We've just been through a pandemic. People are wanting natural alternatives to their health issues. There are sales in 110 countries around the world. The essential oils are sourced ethically in over 45 countries. And they are a reliable, trusted brand, right? People that know doTERRA and have doTERRA are like, I'm in. We trust this shit. So when you are, I'm just going to stop that for a second. So when you are selling, you're not selling something you don't believe in. A lot of the objections that we have to overcome when we start our own business is that we make it all about us. Who's done that before? Who's had a business? I've had multiple businesses and it's all about me, right? If a client misses a payment, or a client wants a refund, or if someone doesn't show up, or if someone changes their mind, what is that about me? I've obviously learned through my years in business to become a lot more resilient and not take things personally, which is another piece as to why I want to so badly mentor people that are hungry for this kind of support. But with doTERRA, there is a safety because you are selling methods and products that are proven to work, right? You're not selling your own self-worth or your own, personality. You're selling a tangible experiential result. I think this will change the game when it comes to the coaching industry, the fitness industry, and the healing industry. Quick check-in in the chat. I'd be so curious for you to just check in with yourself right now. What is a belief I have about selling? And just write that in there for me when it comes. A belief that you have about selling or sales. And it can be about yourself or it can be about other people. And maybe it's not what you consciously think, right? Something might come to your head and you're like, oh my God, where'd that come from? That's not mine. I want to hear it because it's living there in the realm, right? And these are the exact kinds of beliefs that we're going to work together to start dissolving, reprogramming, and replacing with ones that really, really support you in the direction of where you want to go with your wealth identity. So a brief overview as to the ranks in doTERRA. Now, you get to move through this rank system by your enrollments. Enrollments are simply people that are either customers or builders with you. Both come through you, right? Anyone that's interested in doTERRA that wants to make an order, a one-off order, a monthly order on LRP, or they want to build their business, these are all the people in what we call your team. Yeah. I'm just going to check that chat. Sales, Caitlin says it's hard, and I also have an ick around MLM/NM, which is multi-level marketing or network marketing, and the ways I've seen it be done. Amazing. Please write out all the ways you've seen it to be done that are ick. We want to see it. Let's get that out. Let's get that out right now. I want to see it. That's your assignment. So hopefully we've caught that so far. Now, these first two ranks basically pay for your products so that you no longer have to buy your own doTERRA stuff, which is amazing. And then obviously there is an additional piece. And then we grow up into supplementing your income and then replacing your income. So the first rank we want to go for is called Elite. And average takes 3 months to receive this. Courtney's just hit it in under 90 days. I definitely would have hit it if I didn't take all of September off and go to Egypt and live my best life offline, which was epic. And I'm very grateful for that opportunity. But as I said, I think I've got 23 people in my team already without even doing one selling thing, really. So under here, and again, this is in the build guide for you to refer to because repetition is key. The first time I saw this, my brain was like, what? Underneath each of these ranks, you'll see the words team volume. The team volume is the amount of point values that your enrollments have made. So the amount of orders that they've made is contributing to the overall volume. We call this OV in your backend. in your doTERRA back office. So to hit elite, there's 3,000 point value. You'll notice that when you make an order in doTERRA, there's something called PV next to each of the products. PV means point value. Because this is a global company, we don't do points based for dollar, a point for a dollar. We have PV, which is standardized across all countries and currencies. So when there is 3,000 PV, so point value volume, that's when you hit elite. And approximately, if you're looking at selling and focusing on the starter kits, which is a great way to go because then it waives people's membership one-off fee, that $35 they have to pay if they just want an order. It's looking like 15 people. So enrolling 15 to 20-ish people in 3 months, does that feel doable? Think about how many people you know that are literally begging for a solution to a health, emotional, or cleaning or lifestyle problem. Once that rank is hit, which is kind of the hardest one, like the plane taking all the fuel just for takeoff, once you are taking off, things get a little bit easier because you start to nourish and nurture your existing enrollments, your existing community, because they want to order again. They've had such a transformational, epic experience with the products. They're like, what else can I get? My darling Borshka, she's a friend of mine who we met in Egypt in September, and she just wanted one thing that I shared with her in Egypt when she was suffering with a stomach bug. We were in North Africa, of course, right? I was the only one on the trip that didn't get sick. And she came over to get that one product, and it turned out she wanted a lot more. She ended up with a starter kit and buying a few more extra things. She just texted me today, actually. She's just placed her second order that's like double the amount. She's like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed. There's so many things now that I can replace in my house. She's very mindful about, what she puts on and in her body. So the business sells itself once they are inside. And once you hit elite, things start to build momentum. Now, I want you to think about what your ideal outcome is financially with this business. Maybe you literally do just want your product for free, and that is so fucking awesome. Imagine if every month you got all your products delivered to your door and you never saw that come out of your bank account. Isn't that the dream? Like free health products. Yes, please. Free MetaPower, repairing my DNA, growing my hair. I had another friend that I caught up with today, and she grabbed my hair and was like, oh my God, it's like a horse's tail. It's growing so quickly. I was like, MetaPower. Yes. Okay, great. Love these objections. We'll come back to those. So that's a great goal, right? I want to see in the chat box what your goal is. Maybe you want an extra little bit of play money every month. Maybe you want to just lighten the load of the economic changes that we're facing. Maybe you want $5,000 months, $10,000 months. Maybe you want a 6-figure income, or to take it all the way and become a MetaPower millionaire just like me. I'd love to hear from you in the group chat what your intention is. What's your ideal financial outcome with doTERRA, and what becomes possible when you claim it? That's why I'm asking you to share it. Notice what comes up in your head. I don't really care about this. I don't know if it's possible for me. Oh my God, that's a lot. This is confusing. I don't know. Is that ludicrous? Is this delusional? Yes, let's be delusional together. MetaPower millionaire, baby, says Courtney. Hell yeah. Caitlin, isn't the ideal to be having passive 10K months? Winky, winky. Absolutely. That's over a 6-figure income. And how fucking amazing would that be? Think about what rank you'd like to hit. Have a look at these numbers. This is in US dollar. So if you're feeling fruity, whip out your phone and convert it to Aussie dollar, because it's like, oh my God, that's actually so much more amazing. And think about what that can do for you every single month. Think about what that can do for your time, your mental health, your nervous system, your lifestyle, your relationships, your family, your health. I am so excited to help someone in my team who told me all she wants is to let go of one of her jobs. I was on a call with her 2 days ago. So excited about this. I made her close her eyes and she actually started crying to think about what it would be like to not go to this job. She told me how much it was, and I was like, great, that's Premier. We can do that really easily. There are thousands of people in Jesse's team, right? I'm under Jesse, that have done that. It is so possible. And to do that in quite a short amount of time. Think about how long it would take to save that amount of money or to start a new business idea and launch something else. Okay, no longer live week to week and forge a new path. Yes. I feel resistance to claiming my desire for it to replace my income, which is interesting. Yep. We're already bringing up the stuff, right? That's what we're here for. That's what this is about. We're bringing up the stuff. Courtney makes this joke often that the plants, the oils and the products, the consciousness of the plants are just weaving their way around people and the world, being like, hey, whatever emotional bullshit and limiting beliefs you've got, we're going to help you get them up and out so that you can just live your best life. So I'm really glad that some of that stuff is already coming up for you. My invitation is, of course, to go beyond that resistance and to see what is true. So doesn't that feel exciting, right? I'm not going to go through the full compensation plan today because there is a whole training. And again, it's a bit mind-boggling. I like repetition. I've watched it over and over and over. It can be a little overwhelming to start with. Jesse's also told me every time I've like really dissected it, she's like, babe, I didn't know how the whole thing worked until I was already platinum. And platinum, as we can see, is making over 10,000 US a month. So don't get too caught up in the detail, unless of course you really want to study this. Yes. Repetition. Yes, but not right now. So we've got your why, we've got your vision, and we've got your ideal financial outcome. Now I want you to get really honest with yourself. What are you willing to commit to? What are you actually willing to do? Because who has set New Year's resolutions before that haven't come true? Who has set intentions with the new moon that haven't been followed through with? Who has projected goals and set visualizations and made vision boards and it didn't fucking happen? Great. Love the honesty. So let's continue with that honesty and get real. How much time can we commit? Because often when we feel the excitement of an opportunity like this, we think, fuck yeah, I'm going to go all in. Like, let's do it. And I'm all for that energy. I'm like a fire emoji in human form. However, I am also most interested in longevity and sustainability because one, you are a cyclic being. Whether you bleed or not, you have cycles and seasons emotionally and physically. And you absolutely have to honor them. Not in a way where you're using it for laziness or procrastination or avoidance, but because as women, as creatures in the feminine, and I'm sure there's men on this call too that are watching the replay, you are also a cyclic being. I want to see a world where we honor and acknowledge these seasons. So I'm not going to create a business where I don't honor it in myself. Be the change you want to see in the world, right? doTERRA for me is a vehicle to literally bring the new paradigm of business into form. So when I'm honest with myself, I'm not going to work 40 hours a week at this. I'm going to do my doTERRA power hour, that's what I call it, every day. That I can do. I can commit to that. That feels good. The girl I was chatting with a couple of days ago who has multiple jobs and so many things going on that wants to become Premier, she said, I can do this and this and this and this and this. And I looked at her and I'm like, no, you're lying. You're answering from a place of caffeinated dopamine, which is not what sustainable business is built from. We want to anchor into what can I not fail at? Because if you're setting yourself targets and goals that are threatening your identity so much because they're so new, you will self-sabotage. It's how the subconscious works. So tell me in the chat, what do you want and what are you actually committed to? This first rank right here, 3 to 10 hours per week, will take you to executive, to elite, and premier. Now, of course, these are just approximate times. This does not have to be true for you. I know it's true for Courtney, and I know that we've both, attended so many events, facilitated, been on calls, had meetings, and it's really important to not overextend ourselves. But you might like to hit elite in 1 month. Maybe that's super possible for you. Maybe you have 30 people in your mind right now. And your brain might be like, I don't know 30 people. And what I'm going to show you next will prove you wrong. So tell me in the chat and write this down for yourself. What is your commitment? I'm also, if you're in my group thread, if you're on my team, we're going to be having these check-ins, right? These accountability check-ins to see if that is still true. So I love this quote: success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. When you are starting a doTERRA business, you are not starting from scratch. You are starting with your whole life experience. You're starting with the community you already have, the people you already know, the relationships that you have spent years creating and nourishing and nurturing. You are starting with the personality that you've built, the things you've overcome, your own experiences and results. You're starting with, it's not like starting a university degree on day one and being like, this is my first day at school. You're starting with absolutely everything you need to take you to elite and beyond. Doesn't that feel fucking awesome? Like, I'm so excited about that. And like everything, when it comes to health, when it comes to business, when it comes to money, it's these day in, day out, small but powerful actions in the direction of your why and vision that will make all the difference. Not some like huge outlay of energy that is non-sustainable. I really want to drive that one. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you in the chat. I am elite when? Do you even want to be elite? Maybe you don't. That's fine. When do you want to be elite? Elite means your products are paid for. How amazing would that be? In this booklet, it said the approximate time for that to happen was 2 to 3 months if you take your business seriously. doTERRA is not a hobby, it is a business, right? This is what can also happen in the realms of healing industries, coaching industries, personal development, because it's so innately what you are and what you already do, right? You're a natural connector, you're a natural sharer. The limiting belief is, well, I can't get paid for that. This opportunity obliterates that belief and makes you paid to be you. How easy can that be? So if you're willing to share when you would like to be elite. Okay, we're going to have a quick look through the loyalty rewards program. Leah is elite March 2024, baby. I cannot wait to take you there. Woo-hoo. All right, LRP, loyalty rewards. LRP, as I said before, and there's going to be a lot of repetition, hopefully, because repetition is what drives this in. I know there's a lot of moving parts. So if you need a moment, like shake it out, take a deep breath, have a drink of water, sniff your oils. This is the foundation of your successful business. The company's way of rewarding its loyal customers for ordering regularly. Both wholesale customers and wellness advocates can earn free product credits that are called LRP points for monthly purchases ordered through the program. So as part of building your business and being a part of LRP, there's a few criteria. I'll tell you that in a second. You immediately start to earn product credits that can be used to purchase your products. Has anyone made a second order and noticed this already? In the first 3 months, you already get 10% back in credits to use on your product. So just by making one order, you're getting 25% off retail and 10% back in points. Can you imagine? I'm just thinking of my Zambrero burrito card right now. Like, imagine if, and it's like, get your 11th free, you know? So you spend like $150 to get one burrito free. But you best bet, I always remember my card because I want that free burrito. But imagine if I bought my burrito and I got my card, and just for buying it, they gave me a 25% discount. They're like, you know what? I know the board says $13.50, but it's actually whatever the fuck 25% off that is, a couple of dollars. I'd be like, oh my God, amazing, cool. They give me this card and they say, on this card, you've got $3.50 to use next time you come in. How epic is that? Nobody else does this the way that doTERRA does. And every couple of months, this goes up. So they reward you the longer you stay. And you want to stay because you're investing in things that make you feel vital and hot and amazing. So from months 4 to 6, that'll be my next order, you start getting 15% back in credits. So these credits are automatically applied. You can either save them up and save them for, you know, the higher priced products. I have another awesome woman buying from me who was so excited about the rose oil and then checked the price and was like, ooh, maybe not this time. I was like, that's awesome. Let's build your points so you can buy rose oil on points. You don't even have to actually pay for it. So it goes up 15, 20, 25%. And after your year mark, you're getting 30% back. So 25% off retail price plus 30% in credits. Like, what? That's crazy. Okay, awesome. March. There's a lot of energy happening March. Fantastic. I'm excited. So this is how you order to be able to earn commissions. And this is how you can instruct other people to order if they don't want to order, if they don't want to get commissions, but they do want to be a part of the loyalty rewards program, right? So for you, as building your business, you must order over 100 point PV, the point value of a product, every month. My recommendation is that you set your LRP, your monthly order, to between the 1st and the 15th of each month, because that puts you in the place of getting a free product of the month every month. To be able to have that, you also have to be ordering over 125 PV, which, let me say, is pretty easy to do. So that's for you if you're building a business and you want the free product. Order over 125 PV in the first 2 weeks of every month. For anyone else that just wants to be on loyalty rewards and get their 10%, and then it builds over time, 15, 20, 25, all they have to do is order a minimum of 1 PV monthly to maintain the points they've already accumulated. So it means that that doesn't get wiped clean and they can actually keep their credits. 1 PV is like a toothpaste or I don't know, whatever the absolute cheapest thing on there is. It's pretty awesome. You must order 50 PV or more to earn reward points. So 1 PV keeps your old ones there so that you don't lose your points. And then making an order of 50 or more earns you some. So as an example, the MetaPower Advantage collagen sachets, just on their own, not the MetaPower starter kit, is 58 PV. So if you just ordered your MetaPower every single month, you're earning the reward points. They're going up, they're increasing over the year, and you're getting those product points applied back to your products. Does that all make sense for everybody? Just give me like yes in the chat. A key thing to note, if you're new to your back office, your back end, your where you order, keep your order. If you're going for the free product of the month every month, which is what I do, and I would totally invite everybody to do, but especially if you want to earn commissions, so 125 and 100 PV are your magic numbers. Make sure you keep your cart above these numbers. You can edit your cart, but don't let it go below those numbers. So add on the products you want and then take away the products you don't, rather than clearing the cart and then starting a new order. Does that make sense? I did that the first time and then I was like, oh shit, that's annoying. I just lost my points. So as an example, this month, I'm due to order tomorrow. It's got my last month's order. I don't want to order what I ordered last month because there's a few things that I don't need yet. And there's a few new things that I want. So when I log into my back office, I'm going to add the things I want first, and then I'm going to take away what I don't want, making sure that the PV does not go below 125. Okay, awesome, Caitlin. We can see if we can remedy it because I know it's your first month, but I wasn't able to. Oh, 100 for commissions. So that's all right. But yeah, 125 for the free product, which is so amazing this month. I'm so excited to get it. It's a Balance 5 ml, which is like the anti-anxiety remedy of my life. Okay, so again, this PDF is available. I'm going to attach everything I'm sharing with you here in an email with the replay and in our Instagram private thread if you're in there. What are your first steps? You're probably wondering, okay, what the fuck now? What the fuck now? Here's step 1 that I want you to write down in your journal or in your notes. Step 1 to building your doTERRA business and going to the journey to elite is finding 1 to 3 products you really resonate with and becoming an absolute genius about it. So those 1 to 3 products will be the ones that you've had a personal experience with. It can be really overwhelming at first to think of the hundreds of products that doTERRA has available. If you come to me and ask about toxic-free cleaning, I'm going to look at you with a blank face like, I don't care about that. I had a cleaner for years who dealt with that. Like, I don't know. I've always bought earth-friendly stuff, but like cleaning's not my forte. That does not give me a hard on. What gives me a hard on is MetaPower because I'm training every day. I want my body to recover. I want my skin to be clear because I've suffered from acne my whole adult life. I want my hair to be long because it's never grown past my boobs and it always breaks off. I'm a genius in MetaPower because I've had a personal transformation really quickly with it and it helps me every day, right? You will always find MetaPower on my bench. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Jade might talk about an oil that she's had a specific awakening with and she uses it with her clients, right? So pick 1 to 3. Tell me in the chat what they are, what immediately comes to mind, that even if you don't know the chemical constituents and the ingredients and the price and this and then that, maybe you don't know any of that right now, that's fine. What's the oil or the product that you resonate with, that you have a personal transformation with, that you can confidently share your story about? This is where you'll get your first 20 enrollments, not because of what you know, but because of the transformation you've had, which is as authentic as it comes. Yeah, MetaPower, On Guard, Easy Air. Love that, Leah. Clarity, Calm, and Balance. Amazing. And I'm just going to loop this back actually to some of the icks around network marketing that Caitlin shared and the way that it's been done before. Jade also related, pyramid scheme, pushy to sell. Yeah. So questioning the products, being told you're wrong or make you feel like there's no room for questions. Knowing when you see someone, they're only going to talk about the product. Exactly. Every event ending in this, buy this, and feeling awkward or guilty if you aren't interested. Yes. Okay. So when you are simply sharing your authentic story, that is none of those things, right? But typically how we're going to go about it, and as I said at the start, I built my 6-figure business from magnetism. And what that means is attraction marketing, which is I'm leaning back and they're coming to me. Now, here's the thing. People that are in pain and suffering want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged for that. So when you genuinely ask about how they are or what they're moving through, it's not to sell them or to fix their problem, but eventually it might be providing a solution, right? How many times has someone maybe heard you complain about the same thing and there's a logical solution? You know how frustrating that is? It might be a partner probably. And they're just like, oh my God, just do this thing. It's not necessarily about approaching it like that, but it is about presenting a solution that they're already asking for, not one that they're not. If someone comes to me, as I said, and is like really excited about cleaning, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you'd love MetaPower. Let me talk at you for 10 minutes about MetaPower. I'd just be like, cool, tell me more about that. Like, we're just hanging out, you know? I am really excited to do a few specific trainings about how to sell socially and how to overcome objections. The way we do it is in the lean back. Makes the challenge my coaching. Yeah, 100%. Okay, awesome. So many of you are on the MetaPower bandwagon. Great, because that's what I'm going to be yapping on about the mostest. That is what is going to create the most transformation in people. So you've got your why, your vision, your financial outcome, your commitment. When are you elite? Now you've also got your 1 to 3 products you're going to be a genius at selling and driving. Here is your first how. P.S. It is bang on 6:30 p.m. If anybody needs to go right now, please feel free to sneak out. Drop us a comment below as to what your core thing you wanted to take away from this was. I'm going to talk for probably just 5 more minutes. Yeah, that's it. So I invite you to stay for sure. Okay, the first action, and this is what I wish I did the first week I enrolled. Because what's really awesome is that when you are first new to the business, to becoming a wellness advocate, that's what they call it. I don't resonate with that line at all. You never have to say that in your life if you don't want to. Because I'm also an advocate for things that are wild and crazy and not super societally clean. I wish someone told me this, to focus on this specifically, because I missed the opportunity. In your first 3 months as a wellness advocate, you are extra super duper supported with incentives to enroll people. So this is the best time. There again is information about that, about the bonuses, the extra points. I'm not going to share that with you right now because I don't know it off the top of my head. And you can Google it. How good's this business? I don't have to tell you everything that I don't know or pretend that I know it because you can literally just Google it. So what I am going to share with you though is your first assignment, your first step in building your business. Now, it's not going to look like this. This is an example of a tracker. And if you're not someone, if you're like allergic to Google Sheets, this might intimidate you right now. So think about it as being a list in your journal, okay? You're literally going to just write a names list. Not of every single person you know, because that is creepy. If you're like, okay, every single person I know could benefit from doTERRA, and I'm going to call them and I'm going to get in their DMs and I'm going to be all weird about it. That's the ick about network marketing, right? Weird. That's weird. I want you to think about people that you already know, trust, they trust you, they like you. It could be clients, it could be past clients, it could be people you've had a really great coffee with that you know have some kind of theme of health or wellness or low tox lifestyle, gym, fitness, like whatever. Think about it, how it's going to come through your business, your unique expression, right? My unique expression is like the fitness industry and the coaching industry. What's your unique channel? Right? And then I want you to write down as many names as you can think of. Phone number, that's a bit old school. We're millennials and younger over here, so probably their Instagram handle or their Facebook Messenger name. And then what they might be experiencing or suffering, and then just reaching out, or not even reaching out in a place like, do not reach out and be like, oh my God, doTERRA, all up in their face. That's gross. That's what contributes to all those icks that Caitlin talked about. A business with heart and providing solutions to problems means that you have the customer in mind. You have their best interest in part. Can't speak anymore. I'm really hungry. You have their best interests in mind and in your heart. So coming at them, penetrating them with your desire to make enrollments is gross. That's the wrong polarity. That's not magnetic marketing. That's not attraction, right? Genuinely start to engage with these people. Once you have that name list, you're like, okay, great. These are the people that are kind of in my immediate field that are what we call in business warm leads, right? They might not even know it yet, but they're warm because they know, like, and trust you. So once you've got those names down, you can, through your own commitment, whether that's an hour a day, 2 hours a week, a 5-hour day on a Saturday after your full-time work week is finished, whatever it is for you, you can just start to naturally engage with these people. Reach out, reconnect, see how they're doing. What are they moving through? What are they creating? Be genuinely fucking excited. Don't come in there with your weirdness, because it's not weird. We are literally changing people's lives with these products. I know for me that when I get something good, I'm screaming it from the rooftops, right? Why would this be any different? When I got my Vitamix, I was like, oh my God, everybody needs a Vitamix. Vitamix should have paid me as to how much I was talking about my Vitamix. I took my Vitamix in a suitcase across the Pacific Ocean 6 times when I lived out of a suitcase for 3 years. That's bananas. It's like 7 kilos. It took up a quarter of my suitcase. That's how much I love my Vitamix. I wish I was an affiliate for Vitamix. I could have sold the shit out of those, right? So you're already doing this with other things. You're just applying that genuine love and care for other people and the solutions that they're asking for here. So how we put the names list in action is through a checklist like this. Now, this is Jessie's design. I'm not much of a purple person, if you can tell by my everything in this screen. I'm going to redesign this my way to make it a little easier to follow as well. I don't personally follow this. I just thought it would be easier to show you something so that you can have an idea as to how you can start doing this. Magnetic marketing looks like things that you're putting out there and not actually like letting people come into you, right? So putting out question boxes or polls on Instagram, posting a story of you interacting with your oils or taking your meta power. Yeah. Providing value by letting people see what you're doing. Because let me tell you, they're already curious. You might think you're not an influencer, but you are influential. You are making a difference in someone's life. Someone is looking forward to seeing your posts. Someone is looking forward to seeing your face pop up on Facebook. They want to know how you do what you do. I promise you. Action marketing is things that are about engaging with others. Now, this is all to do with online right now. If you don't have a presence online, that's fine. Start to think about this as texting people, getting on the phone, like connecting with people genuinely, engaging with people that you want to create relationships with. That's the networking piece, right? And then your business actions are more like following up, checking in, helping people order, supporting people in your team if you already have one, attending the monthly mastermind call if you're on my team, attending the weekly Monday 6 p.m. call with Jessie, right? These things are important once you start to get the momentum going and you start enrolling people. Now, your brain also might be like, I don't know how to enroll someone, so I'm then not going to because that's too hard. So enrolling someone will be shown in, where is it? I'll show you up here. There's an amazing blog post that Jesse's done outlining everything step by step. It's called Simple Steps to Build a Thriving doTERRA Business. I'm going to send this link to you as well. And it will go over everything we've gone over today. LRP, what the fuck that means. And here we go. How to enroll a new customer. It will show you this step by step. If you YouTube this or Google this, you will find this. You can figure it out. The first time I enrolled someone, they were sitting with me on the computer. I didn't know. I was like, I've actually never done this before. Don't be weird about it. Be a human. I'm like, this looks different from when I did it. So let me just Google this and let me just try this, you know. This is the permission slip as to how easy it can be to generate income, to create impact and influence, and to do it exactly as you are right now, right? Nothing else needs to happen or change first. So we've gone through the build guide, this blog post, the LRP PDF, and the names list and weekly checklist. I'm going to design a simpler one than that because that also looks overwhelming and you definitely do not need to be doing all of that in order to hit elite. So we've gone through a lot, my honeys. How are we thinking? How are we feeling? Where's your energy at? Tell me in the chat if there are any questions. What have I missed? What feels confusing? There's nothing silly to share here. I am positive someone else feels the same way. I'll just keep this open for another 2 minutes for questions. But my biggest invitation is just using your products, being as obsessed as possible with them, because genuinely you will be and you are. If that obsession is not true, don't pretend it to be. That's gross. Find something that you are obsessed with. Read through everything we've covered today in your journal. Get honest about what you're committing to. And then start to take those daily steps. Let it be simple, right? One message at a time, one enrollment at a time, one order at a time. That is how a huge business can be built, by really acknowledging that those small steps are building momentum and the compound effect is contributing to you going to elite and beyond. All right, thanks, Nat. No questions so far. Cool. And my loves, if you are on my team, one thing I really want to make available for you, I've already done a couple, but I would love to have a one-on-one call, a quickie 20 to 30 minutes running you through your own wellness consult. So matching you with products that will really deeply support and serve you, uncovering any limiting beliefs that are going to cock block you in going to elite, getting your products for free, and then supplementing your income and really sending it with your doTERRA business. And then learning about how I can best support you, because everybody has a different human design. Everybody's got a different communication style, marketing style, how they relate to social media, right? And for me as a mentor, I don't want to give my way and expect you to do it. I'm actually here to nourish and support and encourage your way. That's what thrills me. I love when people do it so differently to me and they just shock me. And I'm like, wow, how are they pulling this off? That's amazing. So I'm so grateful that you came to listen in tonight. So much of our support will be happening in our private group. I would love to do one of these every month. We'll find a time where everybody can jump on, because I think I have like 7 builders now, which is incredible. Like, please, we are going to shoot for the moon. Come at us 2024, but the year is not over yet. We've got 2 amazing months to invite people in to try their products, to give Christmas gifts from doTERRA, buy all your Christmas gifts from the Christmas gift guide so people are having an interaction with these products, and just start sharing from your heart, sharing authentically, sharing with genuine excitement. And if something feels gross or icky, don't do it. And if you need support or something feels confusing, please just come directly to me and our group. Ask your question. We've got you. You're so supported. This is so possible for you. And I can't fucking wait to watch you soar. All right, my honeys. I want to hear your one takeaway, actually. Of course, Nat. It's such a pleasure to have you here. One takeaway, if you're able to type that in the chat. The one thing you're feeling activated about or excited about, the one commitment you have, whatever it is you want to share before we close. I want you to leave with something tangible. Don't just let this be an hour that we've sat together on a call. Let this be a fucking moment you remember, that you chose a fork in your timeline and you walked a new path. The one toward your future self, not the one that is still stuck in the same old stuff. We're going to be in a really different place next year if you take this seriously. Oh, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just catching up on any others that I might have missed. Okay, perfect. So good to have you, Caitlin. You're my freaking favorite. Beautiful. Thanks, Jade. Thanks, Nat. Thanks for being here, Court and Leah. And I love you so much. Have an amazing night. Rest up, eat some good food, and I will see you so soon. Bye, my darlings.